So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Let me stop. So, oh God. Hi, I am back. So today, as I said in the intro, I'm doing, Hell in a Cell, a review. Y'all know I watched it and I had to let y'all know how I felt about it and do an eye look that was inspired by it. So welcome to my channel. If you have not been here before, make sure you like this video, you comment and subscribe, especially if you're a fan of makeup and wrestling, okay? So every now and then I will do a review of WWE's pay-per-views, and yeah. And we will do something a little fun and funky, like today. I did a little cage on my eye. This is different for me. I feel like it's going to come together when I put the lash on or whatever. But I had to do one eye off camera because I don't do graphic stuff, okay? But I tried something different. Y'all would be proud of me. I'm trying to step out of my box. You know what I'm saying? So this is supposed to be like the sale for Hell in a Cell. And this whole little, inner corner situation is inspired by Bailey. This is what we came up with. Again, it's different. It may not be for you, but it's different. So yeah, anyways, I wanted to give you guys a review of my thoughts on everything while I'm doing this eye look. How am I going to do this while I am, trying to create this eye situation? Y'all gonna pray. That's what we gonna do. Y'all gonna pray. Okay. So, I was cooking. We're gonna jump right into it. I was cooking. I was cooking when the pre-show for Hell in a Cell, WWE Hell in a Cell, came on. So I missed a little bit of the pre-show, but not too much. So basically, you had the regular commentary commenting on the things that were going on, and you had a surprise appearance by R-Truth, of course, who was, sharing he didn't know that he had to defend his championship against Drew Gulak. So yeah, there was that, but he had to defend it. Elias came back. He had words to say. He has a new album coming out. So Elias had performed on Raw his new single for his album that's coming out. So yeah, so he performed on Raw his new single, and I kind of liked it. But he came on the pre-show to talk about how Jeff Hardy had hit him with a car and blah blah blah. And we all know that it was definitely Sheamus. It was somebody that was a witness said it was a redhead. So I don't know why nobody has given the memo to Elias, but we're moving on. He has a beef with him, and we know that his match is taking place that last night or at Hell in a Cell. So yeah, that happened. And so in the pre-show, R-Truth had his match with Drew Gulak, and I'm honestly over the 24/7 championship, but I understand they had to have a filler for the pre-show. So he had his match, and basically Drew Gulak was taunting R-Truth because R-Truth has little Jimmy, his imaginary friend, and he was talking to little Jimmy and all of this, and then he started beating little Jimmy up, Drew Gulak that is, in their match, because of course there was no sale. It wasn't, even though it was for a championship, but who cares, because 24/7 don't mean nothing to me. No offense, sorry R-Truth, love you though. You did great performing your intro, as you do as always. So then R-Truth gets mad, starts beating up on Drew Gulak. R-Truth, does his thing. At the end of the day, R-Truth retains his 24/7 championship, and Akira Tozawa comes out, and so does Lucha House Party, and they start chasing R-Truth down. Same old, moving on. I do want to make a point to mention that Jerry the King Lawler needs to retire. Like, he just needs to retire, because this man literally said, Like, I feel like he be saying dumb stuff for no reason. And I might sound like a hater, but I don't care if I do. He was like, the Roman Reigns and Jey Uso match is just like the real life story of the Lion King. And oops, sorry y'all, but yeah, he was like, the Roman Reigns and Jey Uso match is just like the real life story of the Lion King, and Paul Heyman is Scar. And I'm just sitting there like, man, go somewhere with that, man. Like, for real. Move on. Okay. So look at that. We made it through the pre-show already. All right. Y'all, I need y'all to pray. I'm going to try to do this wing like I did it. So if you don't see me looking up, it's because I'm trying to make it work. Okay. The first match of the night was Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the Universal Championship. Yeah! So I was actually kind of shocked. I was shocked at the fact that the first match of the night was going to be Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, but it's okay, you know. It was just a good way to start things off, get you pumped for the rest of the night, because we had some major championship matches taking place that night. So we wanted to, you know, I guess WWE rather wanted to get it popping, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it was popping. Jey Uso came out there, and now we know that it is said that when the person wears white and gold, there is, you know, that thing that they're gonna win or whatever. Jey Uso had on white, and he came out with his white lei on, and of course Roman Reigns came out in his gear, but Roman Reigns was wearing a gold glove. Yeah, I was paying attention. Yes, I was paying that kind of attention. Oh, you heard me? All right, y'all, I need y'all to pray. Y'all praying so far. So far, so good. We doing pretty good. Ooh, but I'm scared though. Roman Reigns had his gold glove and came out there. And when I tell you, when Roman Reigns came out there, like, everybody was scared. The ref looked scared. Paul Heyman looked afraid. Like, he knew that the beatdown of a life was coming down for Jey Uso. And of course, the stipulations for Jey Uso were that if Jey Uso doesn't say I quit, and it was an I quit match inside a Hell in a Cell, so that was a lot. But if Jey Uso did not say I quit, then he would be Roman Reigns' indentured servant. And if for any reason he chose not to obey what Roman Reigns would say, him and Jimmy's family would be disowned. Yeah. Kicked out of the family. For good. Y'all, this is what happens when you try to do this creative type of stuff and you got a legit crease in your eye. There we go. We just create X's and we make it work. Okay, y'all, I know I had to do the X's without y'all, and I know it look crazy up in this point right here, but we gonna get it together. Okay, we gonna fix it. All right. But yeah, so like I was saying, everybody looked like they was scared of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns came in there like he was dominating, like, this is the time, this is the year, this is my season for grace and favor. Like, it was time for him to dominate, to take his cousin out, and it was going to be over. All right, so then the match gets started. And of course, Roman Reigns is going for his cousin. And I just do little white marks. It might look crazy, but we just make it work. So, Roman Reigns goes after his cousin. He is dominating the match for most of the match, but Jey Uso is getting offense in because obviously he doesn't want to be an indentured servant. And, you know, one thing that we learned about Jey is that he has a lot of pride. So I don't know how Roman Reigns is going to get him to say, I quit. you know, because Jay has a lot of pride, and it just don't seem like it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So Roman Reigns is beating Jey Uso down. You know, every time that it seems like Jay is getting a little offense in, you know, Roman Reigns is dominating. Comes back with a spear. Comes back with some type of offense to get Jey Uso up off of him. And it just doesn't seem like it's going to be a win for Jay. So, you know, Jay does seem to get on top. He gets off the... Don't worry, I'm going to go back over that. But, you know, he's able to jump off the top of the rope and, you know, get something, you know, against Roman Reigns. And it looks like it's going to be over. But as soon as it looks like it's going to be over, you always hear Roman Reigns saying under his breath, head of the table. I'm the head of the table. So, because Roman Reigns is the head of the table, he is not going to allow this boy to win. Period. It's more chains on this fence than the other one. But do I care? No, I don't. Jey Uso gets off the top of the rope, jumps on the Roman Reigns. It looks like it's going to be over. The ref is asking Roman Reigns to quit. He says, nope, head of the table. Did you forget? So then he gets up. Jey Uso is able to find a leather strap, and starts wailing on Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like it might be over. But then again, Roman Reigns is able to get up. He gets the strap back from Jey Uso, starts whipping him too, and then Jey Uso gets the strap back and starts choking Roman Reigns. Sorry. Who is Scam calling me? Okay. So, yeah, Roman Reigns got the strap back. Now, mind you, it looked like Roman Reigns was about to be done because he was about to be passed out. But Roman Reigns got back up and started going for Jey Uso. And they go back and forth. And eventually, Roman Reigns gets that guillotine move that he did on Braun Strowman this past Friday night on SmackDown. He gets that guillotine move locked in on Jey Uso. Jey Uso goes out. He is unconscious. Okay? He is unconscious. And the ref isn't able to get any answer out of Jey. One thing that I thought was funny though is that when Roman Reigns hit that first spear on Jey Uso, he was like, it should have been one and done. And that's it. I was laughing. He was like, it should have been just one, but, you know, of course it wasn't going to be one. All that pride that Jey Uso got, you know, he ain't going to let that happen. It's going to be his family. Nah. So, like I said, moving forward into the match, you know, Roman Reigns got that guillotine on him, and Jey Uso knocks out. He knocks out unconscious. And instead of stopping, everybody wants him to stop. The ref doesn't really know what to do. Everybody wants him to stop. Like, no, this is your cousin, blah, blah, blah. Stop, Roman Reigns, stop. Oh my God. You know, they aren't able to get him to stop. Even Paul Heyman tries to get Roman Reigns to stop. Roman doesn't stop. He's like, I'm the head of the table. You're going to recognize me, son. And yeah, it looked like it was going to be over for Jey, for real. I mean, Roman Reigns got the staircase and pushed his head up against the pole of the ring, and then he kicks into the steel stairs and, you know, kicks into Jey Uso, and it's just, the boy is out. He can't even talk much unless say I quit. So I mean, I figure you out, you're done. But it wasn't over until Jey Uso said I quit. So no one knew what to do. It's like, get him to stop. And then Jimmy Uso comes out again. And he was like, no, please stop, man. This is fam. Like, stop this. He's pleading with Roman Reigns. Please, stop this. Yes, there we go, honey. There we go. So Jimmy is pleading with Roman Reigns, please don't do this. This is fam. We're fam. And he's grabbing his hands like, don't do this, bro. You don't have to do this. This doesn't have to be how it ends. Da, da, da. And, you know, Jay isn't saying I quit. And I'm telling you, y'all, Roman Reigns gave me what I didn't know I needed in a heel. And as Jimmy is pleading with Roman Reigns starts crying. Y'all. Roman Reigns starts crying, and it's like, oh my gosh. And it's sitting there like, ugh, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like that, you could tell that thought is hitting his face, and he was like, yes, we're fam. And he grabbed his hand and da 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 da. And it just looked like it was about to be over. And then all of a sudden, Roman Reigns starts choking out Jimmy Uso. He chokes him out. Jey Uso begins to say, I quit, because he is afraid of what is going to happen to his brother. And that is the end of the match. Roman Reigns retains his Universal Championship, and it is done. Jey Uso is now an indentured servant to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is the official crowned head of the table. Not only is Roman Reigns the champion, still the champion, and he's standing over Jimmy and Jey Uso, you know, reveling in this fact after everybody is terrified. All of the referees got out of there, because during the match sometime Roman Reigns had threw one of the refs out there, so you know, he didn't care. He was showing them, I don't care, this is it. I do what I want, and yeah, y'all can't say nothing about it, because I'm the head of the table and I run SmackDown. I run WWE, period. So yeah, everybody and their mama, Adam Pearce, everybody was out there trying to stop Roman Reigns from annihilating, you know, Jey Uso, but they couldn't stop him. So he was really, really reveling over the win that he just had. And next thing you know, you see Roman Reigns' uncle and father out there giving him a lay and raising his hand like, young, you are head of the table. You are the tribal chief. And you know what? I respect and acknowledge Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. That match gave me something I didn't know I needed. Like I said, something I did not know I needed in a heel. They gave me what I needed. I did not know I needed this, okay? It was so good. They did such a wonderful job, and I was invested, and I just haven't felt this excited about a storyline in forever when it comes to WWE. I was invested. All right, moving on to the next crap. All right, so just like the match between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso was something that I didn't know I needed, this in the same way was completely opposite. This second match was trash. Jeff Hardy and Elias for no championship. It wasn't a Hell in a Cell situation. It was booty slap. Seriously. Like, I don't care. Like, Elias, he must have hit his head pretty hard when, you know, he got hit by that car, because he's still coming in here talking about how Jeff Hardy hit him, and everybody know, the eyewitness said it was somebody with red hair, but apparently Elias doesn't know. You know, Elias come in there, you know, for when he comes out doing his entrance, he talks about how, you know, Jeff Hardy is, doing alcohol, and he's a drunk, and the same old storyline that they used when Sheamus was fighting against Jeff Hardy too. And it just was not, it was very lackluster. I did not care for it whatsoever. It was not, I wasn't invested in this storyline. But I did like, I did appreciate Elias's shirt. It was very nice. As far as this match between him and Jeff Hardy, like, it wasn't that big of a situation. You know, Jeff Hardy came in there Elias was using his strength against him. You know, it was a match, but at the end of the day, Elias tried to hit Jeff Hardy with a guitar, and Jeff was able to counter, and he took the guitar and hit Elias with it, and Elias wins by disqualification because, of course, it was not legal for Jeff to hit Elias with a guitar. And that was the end of the match. Like, I'm over it. So moving on to the third match because it just wasn't that great. We go on to another match that I really did not care for, and I will go into why. Let's talk about Otis versus The Miz for the Money in the Bank briefcase and opportunity, right? So we know that there has been this back and forth between The Miz and Otis, because The Miz has a problem with the fact that Otis has the Money in the Bank match. He thinks it should be somebody else. They did this whole court thing. They did this whole court situation. And, of course, The Miz gives JBL, the judge, some money so that the judge would rule in his favor that he could get a title opportunity so that he can get the championship, right? Not championship. It ain't even a championship. It's a championship opportunity by way of the Money in the Bank briefcase, which Otis barely won in the latter match. But I digress. So, they fight. Of course, Morrison is constantly trying to interject himself and trying to help The Miz win. You know, Tucker is there ringside supporting his friend. And, you know, eventually Morrison does so many shenanigans to try to hit Otis and, you know, get him to lose that the ref finally pays attention and kicks Morrison out of ringside. But as, you know, he's leaving, Tucker gets the Money in the Bank briefcase and he hits Otis. So, of course, at the end, they have The Miz wins, of course, because, you know, Tucker double-crossed his friend. So The Miz wins, and he is now the new Money in the Bank person. He says, I'm going to do so much better with this opportunity. I'm coming for the Universal Championship or the WWE Championship, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. So, I'm over The Miz anyway. Like, he's some trash. Anyways, then, you know, one of the announcers, you know, interviews The Miz, and then Tucker comes. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm not bouncing too much. But then Tucker, you know, comes and the interviewer is like, why did you do it, Tucker? And Tucker is like, all this time I've been supporting Otis. He's not the smartest guy, and I've been there for him, and blah, 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 and that's my time. I'm always in the shadows, and just the same old story. I'm over it. Why would you have to break them up? They were already broken up anyway because they aren't on the same shows anymore. Please quit it, please. This was dumb. They like had no reason. There was never anything, like even up until the court session they had, Tucker was like, he's such a good person, I support him, and blah 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 blah. He deserves it, he won it, fair and square, blah blah blah. And out of the blue, you get a beatdown and a double crossing. Like, how many tag teams do we have to break up? All right. Anyways, the match was trash. The match was trash. I love Otis, and it's sad that he doesn't get respected, and that his tag team of, him and Tucker is not respected, because they literally had a great tag team situation going on, and I would have liked them to see them go much further, even down to them getting an opportunity for the tag team championship. But of course, it ain't gonna happen. Thanks, WWE. Trashing tag teams, one tag team at a time, or two at a time, depending on the night. Yes. So that was that match. So basically those two matches were trash. Now somewhere in between, there was an interview with Mustafa Ali, who we found is over Retribution, right? And he challenged the Hurt Business to, anybody in the Hurt Business, I'm challenging you, blah, blah, blah. I don't care who you pick. I'll send one of my members of Retribution and we'll punish you. Blah. I don't know the exact words, but basically it was somewhere around that. And y'all know, I hope y'all know, I don't care about Retribution at all. They literally just got beat down by Bobby Lashley. And I don't care about them. Like, I just literally don't. They have not dominated once since they've been there. And yeah, the only time they were dominating were when they were smashing windows and spray painting and beating up the audience, but they're not doing that anymore. So they haven't dominated wrestlers, actual wrestlers. Both Bobby Lashley and The Fiend like messed them up on Raw. And yeah, like it doesn't even matter. Like, they don't even matter. So there's that. So anyway, of course, Bobby Lashley says, I'll give y'all a title opportunity. I volunteer. I'll go out there. I volunteer as tribute. Of course, he was the only one that was dressed anyway, so we knew it was going to be him. And of course, Slapjack was the person that he fought. So yeah, he basically, this is how much I don't care. It wasn't in a sale, of course. And Bobby Lashley beat down Slapjack and put him in a hurt lock. And yeah, Slapjack tapped out. Some other members of Retribution came and tried to beat up Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley fought them off by himself. The Hurt Business came down afterwards and they were late. Like, I don't know what they was doing in the back. They was eating or something. But at the end of the day, Bobby Lashley fought them off by himself. And yeah, Mustafa Ali ran when he saw the rest of the Hurt Business. And it just was not. Who cares? Who cares? And yeah, this to me, that's the end of Retribution. What more can you do with the story? Moving on. The next match was between Sasha Banks and Bayley. And this was for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Y'all don't know how my face, I'm trying to beat it, but it look like it's getting beat at the moment. Hopefully it's getting beat like Slade and not beat up and I look a fool. Because I tried to be cute. But yeah, y'all can see my little inner corner situation is inspired by Bayley. Sasha Banks came out there, blue hair, white outfit, going for that win, child. And I really do like Sasha Banks in a Hell in a Cell match. She did an awesome job last year. The match that she was involved in was the only match that I cared for in Hell in a Cell last year. Like, for real. And when I tell you Bayley and Sasha Banks did not come to disappoint. They came with the hotness. Bayley came out there in her all black everything, and she came to try to retain. And when I tell you, they beat the mess out of each other, and it was a couple times where I thought that Sasha would, have to leave out of there on a stretcher or something, with a concussion, and because she snapped her neck. Because, honey, the way that Bayley was hitting her, I was afraid for Sasha Banks' life, but Sasha was getting some hits in there too. They were beating each other with kendo sticks. They were throwing each other into the cell itself. They were killing it, okay? Killing it. They just really made you believe that they were down, they were out for blood, and they were gonna kill each other. Like, for real. That's what you thought was gonna happen. And I was thoroughly pleased by it. Like, somebody might have had to come out to break them up. That's what you thought, because it was just that good. And you knew that this was the culminating situation that we were waiting for between those two. You know, after Bailey had double-crossed Sasha Banks and said, I'm going to get you before you get me because I know what you were about to do because I was going to do it anyway. You know, we knew that this was coming. So it was just so good to see them beat each other down. And it was everything. It really could have been the main event to me. It really could have, because it was amazing. They beat each other down. And at the end of the day, Sasha Banks came out on top, y'all. Sasha Banks won. And she is the new. Ooh, this is broken. But she is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Congratulations, Sasha Banks. Both Bailey and her gave us everything that we needed. And the next match that was coming up was the match between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Oh, yo, I stabbed myself in the eye. Is somebody praying? Like, for real? Is somebody actually praying? Because my eye hurts. The match between Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, theirs was in a cell as well as Bailey's and Sasha Banks. But Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton's match was in a cell, of course. And Drew McIntyre's entrance music came, and he came out. And then, of course, Randy Orton came out behind Drew McIntyre, dressed in all black, you know, mask and everything. And he starts to try to beat up Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre is ready because they've been back and forth at it for months at this point, and Drew McIntyre is not deceived by Randy Orton's devices. He is very on top of his game, and he is able to get back on top offensively. And you know, him and Randy Orton are just going back and forth. And they, you know, for a minute there, it looked like Drew McIntyre was going to take it because he was dominating your boy Randy Orton. He really was. And so, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me stop. So, oh God. So they end up going on top of the cell structure itself. But they didn't do too much on there. Like, I thought one of them was going to fall from the top, but actually neither one of them fell until they start climbing down. And as they climbed down, Drew McIntyre actually got knocked into by Randy Orton. So yeah, Randy Orton pushes Drew McIntyre's hand, and Drew McIntyre falls off, crashes into the commenters table. It's pandemonium, and Drew McIntyre's mouth gets bust open. And so, believe it or not, even after that, as they got back into the ring, Drew McIntyre was able to hit Randy Orton with a claymore. Yes, honey, a claymore. But at the end of the day, you know, your boy Randy Orton was able to flip it and reverse it and hit that RKO on him. And y'all, the new WWE champion is your boy Randy Orton. I know. But let me tell you my thoughts, because as soon as Randy Orton came out there, I have really thoroughly, these were my thoughts, okay? These were my thoughts. I have thoroughly been enjoying Drew McIntyre as the WWE champion, and he could be the WWE champion forever, and I would love it. And that is not a lie. I would love it. Spray. Oh. So as I said, I have thoroughly enjoyed Drew McIntyre as the WWE champion, but I do believe that Randy Orton is entitled to another, you know, title reign. He has been absolutely amazing during this, you know, legend killer, punting everybody, taking everybody out situation. He's been awesome, honestly. And Drew McIntyre has so many more runs in him. I hope that WWE sees that he is an amazing asset. He's awesome on the mic. He's awesome in the ring. He's in amazing shape. You know, he got this. So this is not the end for Drew McIntyre. And I know that even from them choosing to put Randy Orton or for him to be the champion, this is not the end for Drew McIntyre. And it's probably not even the end for this, you know, feud between the two of them. So, yeah, don't worry. Be happy. All right, I'm back with my lashes on. Even though I ain't got much to say, but I want to just show y'all the finished look. But this is the lashes. I feel like the lashes just brings it together. Like, ooh, this is crazy. First of all, this look is crazy. And I feel like once the lips is done too, it'll bring it together. But I'm here for it. You know, I'm trying some different stuff. You know, I'm trying some different stuff. Okay. So, I agree with him becoming the champion. And I also agree with Drew McIntyre getting another opportunity to get his title back. Sorry. I'm just making sure everything right. But I agree with, you know, Drew McIntyre getting an opportunity to get his title back. But this highlighter, though. Ooh. I feel like I look like a race car flag. Ooh. What y'all think? All right. Now, I might not look like Hell in a Cell because I'm too much of an angel to be looking like... See, really? I'm too much of an angel to be looking like hell. You know what I'm saying? But, y'all, I'm proud of myself. Look at me. Giving fences. Mended fences. Okay. Oh my God. Look at my face. It turned out pretty good. Look, don't mind my hair. Y'all, I'm going to cut it. Put it down in the comments if you think I should cut my hair. Okay. But, yeah. So, overall, what are my thoughts on Hell in a Cell? Well, my thoughts on Hell in a Cell is if somebody came out with a face this beat, it would have been even more bomb. Like, it could have been more bomb if they had me there to set it off with this look. And you can't tell me I'm wrong. I'm right. So, on top of that, the night was pretty good. It was just some matches that were just dumb. Like, I'm over Elias and Jeff Hardy already. Move on. Give Elias another opportunity. This is a big dude. He could be doing bigger and better things. Jeff Hardy definitely can be doing bigger and better things than being stuck on some stuff that... Move on. But Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Paul Heyman gave me everything I was looking for and needed and didn't know I needed. Amazing. Loved it. Loved Sasha Banks and Bayley's match. It was amazing. Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton's match was great, even though I feel like Bayley and Sasha Banks could have been the last one. Period. It could have been the main event. But overall, Hell in a Cell was good. It was. I enjoyed it. WWE is doing pretty okay when it comes to the pay-per-views. Ish. Keep working. Stick with the storyline. Roman Reigns, you keep doing your thing, okay? You keep doing your thing. And yeah, it was pretty good. But the best part of waking up is nice. Hold up. Why my eyebrow do that? Why y'all ain't tell me my eyebrow was doing that? Love you guys. Tell me your thoughts on Hell in a Cell and how things went. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Do you feel there are some matches that could have replaced the matches that were on the roster for that night? Let me know down in the comments. And also, don't forget about the EST of the WWE, Bianca Belair. She should get a title shot. That should happen ASAP. Period. Anyways, I love y'all. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. And please encourage me because I'm trying to try different stuff. And I think I did good. So encourage me to keep on going, okay? I love y'all. Oop. I love y'all. And I'll see you next time. Bye.